So it's got a little bit of difference to it, but this is the meta build. That is what you want to run with different variations, of course. We ready, Spit? Can I start?
Yeah, man.
Okay. All right, well, let's get moving. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Forget to put a 30 booster in your gobblers for this character.
Kill them all.
Oh, yeah. I got 10 hours of mine. So there are a lot of people use different builds, so that's the main build that's the most popular. A lot of people change out illusions for inspiration. And the reason being is because you can get that dome when you res somebody that does reflects, and also it does more damage. So this build mainly concentrates on disabling foes and boon ripping them to pieces. So the main reason for a Mesmer in War vs. World tank is to do boon rip. And that's your main job, is to CC, pulls, crowd control, all that good stuff. Grab spots. But that's the main job of a Mesmer. I use, and this is strictly situational, and it is strictly preference. I use Scepter and Focus and Shield. So I always have a Scepter. Because a Scepter on the auto attack, the third auto attack generates a clone. And the more clones you have, the more boons you rip. Because whenever you shatter your clones, you rip boons. So you want to have clones up as much as you can. So the good part about this is the clones are not going to spawn on your feet and run out. They're going to spawn on the enemy. Then basically you use your, what they call it, an ammo skill. That's your ammo skill. You got 2 shots of it. So every time you hit it, you're going to rip a boon, and you're going to give vulnerability, and you're going to give alacrity. So it's very important. So the sigils I use is, of course, absorption on my scepter. I use nullification or concentration on my focus, and I use on my shield, I use bounty. I only use my shield whenever we're stacked at a gate with some rams. The number 5 skill will throw a shield out and comes back, and it gives you alacrity. Number 4 is kind of just a block, hardly ever use it, but I put the bounty on the shield just to generate my stacks of boon duration. Because you want to have those boons. Does this have RI? This is ours.
Yeah,
Let's kill
240.
him. So right now I'm in shield. Gaining my bounty. We killing these enemies right here. And I'm gaining stacks. So now I got that. I gain extra concentration for every stack. It goes up to 25 stacks. Grab supplies here. So the only time I use shield is in that situation. Sometimes I'll switch to it after I've burned up my skills on focus and I have enough of being in focus, then I'll switch to shield. Throw that number 5 out because it is an interrupt. And of course, every time you interrupt the foe, you rip a boon. So you want to interrupt as much as possible. So of course, after you gain your stacks, you stay in focus, and you got your Temporal Curtain, and that is the funnest skill in War vs. World. I don't care what anybody says. It's got a range of 900 in front of you, and it has a pull range of 900 up to 5 enemies. If you hold it out in front of you, you notice that it's a line on the ground. It doesn't pull. It pulls everything to the center of that line, and also, you can pull off of walls, you can pull off a siege, you can pull down, you can pull them straight in front of you. So if we were placing a tower, say that was somebody up here at X, you would place your Temporal Curtain about there. Right there would pull them all the way down to us. If you place it on the ground, it's too far. If you place it at circle right there, it will pull them down. Unless of course, a little object stops them or something. All right, let's get the tower open.
So you don't want it on the edge, then?
You do not want it at the top. If you're at the top, they're just going to go to the top, and they're just going to stop there. The idea is just to pull them down in our feet. I've pulled as much as 5 before at one time. The number 3 skill in the scepter is pretty helpful as well. It causes confusion, and it's also it does a CC. So it'll also rip boons as well. Whenever they, it does like a pulsating. I think it's like 4 pulses it does to the enemy, but the confusion is what you want to gain on them. So a lot of auto attacks, mainly temporal curtains. I hardly ever use my phantasmal warden because it's not a very far range. Excuse me, it has a very far range, but just the damage is not enough, and the clone disappears a lot. So if you have enough in your ammunition, see right now I'm shooting this wall. Okay, I'm generating clones. Then I'll go and hit my fire on these catapults, and I'm giving alacrity at the same time in your sub squad, all the time, constantly generating clones. That's why you'll see me attacking the walls, attacking the gates. I tickle everything, so I will never generate OJs by myself. All the other F skills do the same thing. Almost everything a Mesmer does is a CC. So all of the F skills, with the exception of F4, is a CC essentially. So when it comes to break bars and stuff like that, hitting all your F keys are good after you're done with your ammunition skill. The Continuum Split, that is a tricky one. I still have trouble using Continuum Split. Basically what Continuum Split is, for every clone you have up, you have the amount of time to cast every skill, then it brings you back to the beginning of those skills. So in other words, it's a rewind. It's like going back into the future. So if you have full clones, you have exactly 6 seconds to cast every skill that you can in 6 seconds. Then as soon as that 6 seconds is up, your clones will disappear, and it will give you all the skills back without a cooldown. But if you're standing here when you cast Continuum Split and you move forward with the tag to here, you will return back to here on X whenever your Continuum Split is up. So you have to remember, not only your skills will return, your footsteps will as well. So if I use Continuum Split, and this is just me, is whenever we push into enemies and we're into them and we're like bombing our feet, I'll Continuum Split, Gravity Well, which is your elite spec, which is the most aggravating skill besides the Temporal Curtain that a Mesmer has, is your Gravity Well. That has a long cooldown, but it is a big CC. It has many pulses. It can do more than 5 targets. It says 5 targets. That's the initial pulse. It will pull more targets in if it has to. That elite spec is a must on the for your Chronomancer. Another skill that is really useful and is a must is your null field. That will do the most boon rips. That will remove all the boons, and it will also remove conditions off of your allies, up to 5 targets. And on top of that, it also pulses, and you can blast it because it's a combo field. So if you blast that so I'll see where a lot of Guardians are throwing their symbols, and I'll throw that in there, so it'll get blasted from the staff skills, and it'll rip even more boons. And that's why I always pick on the Necros. If you can out boon rip me, good luck, because I'm also throwing all of my stuff. I'm throwing that skill in first whenever we get to a Zerg, and the Guardians are throwing their blast skills. So automatically in a group of, let's say 40, I might get 60 boons ripped off the bat, and then I'll throw my Gravity Well in the middle of them. As far as Mimic is used in the meta. I don't use Mimic as a tag. Mimic basically reduces your recharge. So the recharge rate of the skill that you cast after it will be significantly reduced. If you use it on Gravity Well, which I would not suggest using it on Gravity Well, because of the amount of duration it takes to generate Gravity Well. So it takes a whole. Oops, where am I going? I don't know.
All there.
We're good.
Doesn't Mimic just work on utility? It actually works on Grav.
It will, but I don't like it. Because it will also do 60% on Mimic. So it takes 60 seconds to regenerate your Grav Well. They may have changed that in the update. I don't use it, so I couldn't tell you. Another option I use instead of Mimic and this is besides the portal, you know, everybody wants a portal, is feedback. Feedback, since the meta has changed, I have been using a lot. I use feedback because people can't figure out the meta right now, even though it hasn't changed much. They're using a lot of ranged. So feedback on top of us is direct reflection back to the enemy. I've killed as much as 5 enemies doing feedback on top of us, and it works great for situations like that. Illusion of Life is another good one. Illusion of Life I do use. That's whenever one of us is in a down state. You throw that on top of them. It's up to 3 targets, and then they have to hit somebody. They are temporarily alive. As soon as it wears off, then you're going to have to actually res them. But if they kill somebody, then it goes away, and they can continue going. That is a must. Now that you would use Mimic on. Another good one I use is Mantra of Concentration. That is what I use with Tag. I use Mantra of Concentration, I use Illusion of Life, and I use Null Field. Mantra of Concentration is stability. It's also a stun break. So whenever I get feared all the way over here, or I get stun locked, or whatever happens to me, I hit that, it pulses, and it also goes to my subgroup. So it gives 3 stacks of stability right away. It does a really good stun break. So you can use that one if we lack stability. But if we have a Guardian, if our Guardians are doing their jobs and our Revenants are doing their jobs, we're good to go. You don't need it. You can run your Mimic, or you can run the Null Field, Feedback. Let me get in here. Your heal. The Signet of Ether is a good heal, so every clone you generate, you heal yourself. Oh, we got red in here, people.
There's about 15 to the left around the corner.
Let's move over here. Where do you go?
Inside.
Oh.
Disciples of baby toes? What the?
Josh,
Get
can you
these
post
rams.
Can you post the build again and
Yeah, just give me a second. Just give me a second.
You're watching us up top.
That's my build, by the way.
which one?
The second one is my build that I use for Tag. The first build is meta.
Get him!
They just watching us. Oh look,
Yeah.
Temporal Curtain right here. Temporal Curtain right here. So I'll watch him. We'll pull him to us. See?
Okay.
There he goes.
Hello.
Of us. Now we ripped his boons. Look at that. I got a boon rip out of it. So nothing.
Horrified red.
All right, build. Let's see what they do. Build. Be wary. Build this last round. Come on, people. Right here is where you switch to shield.
He's building an arrow card up there.
I see it.
Throw shield on top of him. Attack this gate. I start generating clones onto the gate. And then I hit my my alacrity on these rams. Throw the shield back at them. Tons of alacrity. What's the gate at? 35? This is a good time to put down feedback on the gate. I was getting some kills like that as well. I put it on the middle of the gate, and the feedback goes through the gate. All right, hold on. Stability. And reflects back onto them. They must be upstairs waiting on a stack here. Get the tail in.
One guy building an arrow cart too on the stairs right above us.
That's fine. Squirrely Manson. Fuck. Alright, let's move.
I like that.
What happened to Spitty?
I don't know. He was at the first.
I'm here. I'm listening.
Thought maybe you had peanut aggro again.
Nope.
Alright, let's get this lowered. I guess they're not doing anything right here. They just came inside to just watch us?
Or drain supply.
And over by their portal
guess.
over there.
I don't know. Stability right here, roads on top of us.
We they saw the group composition and say, fuck that.
Yeah, I guess so. Did anybody try Mimic on Gravwell?
At least as far as PvE goes, I'm sure it doesn't work, but I've never played Mesmer in World versus World.
Okay. I remember somebody telling me, I never use it because I didn't like the cooldown on what it does. So I remember another Mesmer, I want to say it might have been Kyle, that said he would use it on... I don't see him. Oh, okay. Alright, let's grab this. Grab our nodes.
2 of them on the roads over there.
There's a few stacking down below, but not very many. Nope. Incoming. Northeast tag.
About 10 green.
10
North.
green?
North fire, yeah.
10 red.
We got 10 red too. Get the tag. Let's push
We
on
want
them.
to start with if they well on them.
Right here, you start with no fuel. Rip boons on them. Make sure you use your attacks, your ammunition skills, stability. I'm gonna go over the heals in a second. There is another good heal you can use. Look all the rip those boons. There you go. Where are the greens at now?
Yeah, they left, moving north. They haven't come back. And we destroyed their catas, they had catas.
Alright, so Signet of Ether is your healing skill. It's an active. So whenever you summon an illusion, which is all the time, it heals you. That is a good ideal heal. Another good heal, let's let him die. Another good heal that everybody uses is called Well of Eternity. Well of Eternity actually does a big heal, but it also cleanses conditions. It's an area heal, so it can only put it about right there. But it also cleanses conditions, so if you want to help cleansing conditions for the group, which is always good, you can use that heal. I switch out from time to time between that one, and I've actually been using the Mantra of Recovery. It was Graham that told me Mantra of Recovery got a buff with the last patch. I didn't see that, but that's what he told me, and he's more of a Mesmer person than me. So I've been using that one. It gives you 2 pulses that heals, and it's pretty good. I've been healing people on cats and stuff like that, and it's got 2 shots in it. So it works pretty good. So all of the heals, those 3 heals are good. You can try them all out and see which one you favor. But the one I favor the most is the Mantra of Recovery, but the meta is the Signet of Ether. So going over the build itself, every Chronomancer is going to run Chronomancer as your elite spec, and Domination. You have to have both of those in order to be the Chrono tank in World vs. World. Domination is the skill tree that has the boon rips on it.
20 seconds, alright.
Okay. The last 2 trees remove boons. It's on Shattering, it's on Illusions. That's where the boon rip comes from. In Domination, the last skill, which is vulnerability, is just an alternate. You can do damage if you want to. Maybe that's something to consider if you want to try Celestial. Maybe do Empowered Illusions instead. Illusions is for the meta. I've been using Inspiration, like I said. If you use Inspiration, they have that feedback that creates a dome around you that reflects. Also, there's some healing. There's also some Aegis skills you can select in there. And also there's some improved effects for your illusions that you can pick. It's Inspirations is pretty good. But illusions...
This dot's at fire. Do we want to keep it?
Nah. In illusions, the Mind Rack is the most important one because that gives your second split 2 shots instead of 1 and decreases the recharge rate. So that's your ammunition skill where you can not essentially spam it, but you got 2 hits and that's what rips your boons right there.
Worm is up if we need veteran.
I don't know. Is veteran today?
No.
The middle skill, Phantasmal Haste, is for quickness, which is very good file group. We all know we want some quickness. And of course, the last skill you use is Master of Fragmentation. That goes along with your second split as well, and that helps out for improving it. It's not today, y'all said?
No. No veteran today.
Okay. Let's go back to the waypoint. We'll hit air now. Another weapon that is a very good choice, and I tried it for a long time. The only problem is that its melee is a sword. You can run a scepter-focused sword shield, which is ideal, because we can get into battle. We got downs. We need to cleave the downs. Even though you don't do a lot of damage, you still have reflex, and you have clones you can spawn from your sword. So you could switch to shield and sword and cleave downs, and it's good. But I prefer the scepter because of the clone generation that you have from your auto attacks. Sorry, but scrap supplies here. The main stat we use is, like we discussed earlier, is Minstrel with durability runes for the toughness. Full durability, full Minstrel. I actually have all the concentration runes in my gear, so I actually bought them. So I have all the World vs. World plus 5 concentration in everything, which gives me a boon duration of a whopping 90% without bounty. So my boons stay there for a very long time. And what is World vs. World about? Giving boons and taking boons. So if you can take boons, you win. If you have all the boons, you win. So that's why you want to have as much boon duration as you can. Is there EWP here? Yeah.
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 Good question.
Go.
How do those extra infusions work with the legendary gear? Do you have to keep taking them out and popping back in?
Yeah.
Yes. I only use concentration runes on this guy, so I just leave them in here.
Okay.
I mean, the infusions, right?
The legendary armor you can put in and take out infusions
Without
at
a
cost at
like
any
tool.
time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no tools required. As far as combat, like whenever I enter a group, like I stated before,
We've been seeing.
yeah, so whenever we enter a group, let's say group of 25, first thing I do is I cast my null field right in the middle of them, and that gets blasted from guardians. That rips boons. After that, a lot of times I will Gravwell the back line. I will Gravwell as far in as I can. Why is that? Because where's all the DPS usually hiding? Behind the tag, not on the tag. So I will Gravwell. I will keep my illusion of life ready at hand, and I will constantly keep generating clones. Can we use some? Give me somebody on this front cap, please.
They're above us.
Oh yeah.
They're ready to drop down.
Look, temporal curtain right there. Who's got a temporal curtain? Go ahead, use it. Do it. There you go. Look, let's pull some more. Keep pulling. Look, pull them all. There you go.
Not it.
They're all dead. Now, let's push up. There you go.
Could have used a few more pulls there.
Can I get LT?
I've typed it 9 times now to be exact.
There's a red on catapult.
Sorry, man.
It's okay, I'm just messing with you because I know you're talking.
Yeah. A lot going on here, Speedy.
I know. I wasn't really serious.
So after we were in the middle of combat, I'm always doing pulls. I'm constantly using my temporal curtain, constantly trying to pull people to us, constantly trying to get them out of the Zerg, because the more you pull out, the more that we can kill. So the temporal curtain is super useful as far as your skill. And then I cast number 3. It's only a single target, but I try to pick a tank or something, like somebody behind us now. I'll try to pick the tag and use my number 3 skill on them. The number 2 skill on the scepter I never use. It is a block. It does inflict torment, but it's not very useful, and it takes very long. So you sit there holding it and casting it, and I don't like it. I never use it. Res right here. Pull off. Get off of that. Got a catapult, ballista, all kinds of shit on us. Let's go. Moo.
Maroon hitting our green.
Moo.
For like the durability rune, is the boons giving that it gives, does your concentration affect those? Like the 1 second of resistance, does it get like 2 seconds instead if you reach 100% boon duration?
Yes. Like any kind of boons you're applying to yourself or to anybody, at 100% boon duration, it doubles the duration.
I just wasn't sure, like, because it's a rune and not you like using a skill. That's good.
Anything that gets applied that's being triggered by your things, it should double it. From the rune, I'm not 100% sure, but if it's getting triggered, it should be doubling. If it's just applying it, then maybe not.
Red shell.
It should be getting applied.
So the difference between the two is this: if the rune gives you a straight up bonus, then probably not. But if an action is triggering it, then when it gets triggered, it should get the boon duration applied to it. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Also, temporal curtain. I forgot to mention this. If you just throw it on the ground and run over it, it gives swiftness. If you go back and forth over it like this, you can stack swiftness. I got swiftness now up for 30 seconds.
Same with the veil.
Same with the veil. Oh, that's another utility. Thank you. I totally forgot about the veil. That's another good utility that Mesmers have, is your veil. So if we have 5 Mesmers in the group, let's say, we can veil, and keep veiling constantly, which gives you 1 second of invisibility, but it also causes like disorientation for the squad, for the enemy squad, right? When they disappear, it causes, like, every time the enemy squad goes invis, what do y'all say? Oh, they went invis. It's because we can't see them. So if you use veil, which will apply to everybody, it's not like mass invis, or it's not like sneak gyro, which is applied only to your sub squad, and you have to blast it so it goes further. The veil will cloak anybody that runs through it. Everybody will get invisibility.
And you can run through it as many times as you want.
Yes.
But it will only stack up to 10 seconds. That what they changed it. So maximum stealth you can get now is 10 seconds.
Are you using the right cat? Now we are. That's about it. I don't want to bore everybody. Oh, I forgot to mention the Chronomancer. So in the Chronomancer build at the bottom, of course it's top, bottom, top. Really the only one that's like
That incoming going into gate.
one that's like super important in these skills is the alacrity part, which is the top, all the way to the right, the top, and of course the bottom on the middle column, which the alacrity you apply is even stronger. The other one, slow, that's just to put more on the enemy whenever you pop your clones. Let's get these enemies off, get these NPCs off of us. But that's about it. Very fun class to play. It's not ideal to have an entire squad of Mesmers, but it is good to have, you know, in a group of 25, maybe 3, 4, something like that, because of the boon rip.
Oh, interesting. Mantra of concentration breaks you out of the baby gates.
Yes. That's why I use it. Look, watch this. Okay, over here. Temporal Curtain as high as you can on this wall right here. As high as you can. At that arrow should be the height. Watch. Oh, I'll pull the NPC. Put it like right there. Alright, get back on the catapults. Any questions? I mean, that's the Mesmer, that's the build. Gameplay, you just need to play it and see if you like it. I love it. It is my tag. That's what I use for tagging because it's so strong and because of the boon rip, and I'm up front with it for the grav wheels. I love my Herald, you know, as backline. So I mean, all the classes are pretty good in War vs. War, in my opinion. But any questions? I mean, if y'all want to try, y'all try it. Drive it, test it out. It's a good hot rod, like Mega would say.
Gonna build side up there, ballista.
They're on the mortar too.
Oh, somebody pull this one right here. Good job.
Oh, and a catacite right next to the mortar and the ballista.
And you'll stack confusion on him. That's even better. So all at 49%. 237. Pulling again over here by arrow. That's too low. Whoever put that grab well, it's a little too low. That's okay. Look, here, I got us one. Here's one. Almost killed him. You'll learn how far to put it, trust me. I'm not gonna lie. The Temporal Curtain is actually, it's kind of an addiction now. I laugh all the time. I don't mic up for it, but I laugh every time I pull somebody down. It's just so much fun. It's and you interrupt them. You steal their boon. You break their heart. It's just so damn good.
I like how short the cooldown is.
It's very short, and if you use Mimic, it's even shorter. Hello, I'm pulling another one. Oh. Yeah, they just... It'll even tell you whenever they you pull them. So like whenever I say pull on the gate, yeah, pull in that corner right there. There you go. Get another one. Whenever we pull in the gate, it actually pulls through gates, and you could bomb the gate and kill them. How many catapults do we have? 2. Pulling up here again. Ah, they must not be right there anymore. Where are they? On the left corner? Ah, okay. This wall's coming down now.
Got an interrupt.
Look right there. Pull in that corner over there. Put it about right. Put it about right here. So let's see. About right here. Almost got him. Almost got him. A little lower.
What up?
What up?
What you need me to bring?
Oh, anything. I was just finishing up the Mesmer class. Stability.
Got one.
Push to the left over here. Hold the grab wheels. Stack up here. Turn around. Bomb below. Grab wheel below. There you go. Push forward to that group. Right here. Bomb. That's all, buddy. Oh, couldn't get you. Alright, back up to me. Back up to me. Pulls on the left. Right here. Into us. There you go. Y'all need to be hitting. No, we're on red borderland. Need to be hitting that second split whenever we're in groups, because not only your clone explodes, you also explode. So whenever we're in groups like that and you hit your second split, you're also ripping boons off of them. So always hit that second split. When it's done, F2, F3, mind your F4, unless you know what you're doing. I still don't hit it. Let's see, push forward. Null feels on these. Null feels. There you go. Pulls right there. Alright, let's get out of this. Back up, touch back. Touch back, touch back, touch back. Alright, let's go.
That null field is great.
Null feels amazing. I had 34 rips right there. Get this catapult. Don't get on the Lord. Get this catapult. There. Sorry, I didn't mic up. Bomb right there. Null fields and everything. Grab wheels. Oh, they pulled me. They pulled me twice. Keep pushing forward to me. Right here. Grab wheel right there. There you go. And then Temporal Curtain into the grab wheel. Like that. Alright, turn around, stack on this Lord. Illusion of Life down right here. You're up. And Temporal Curtain to them to pull them to us. Put it close to our feet, like right here. Pull them to us like this, so they'll get damaged like that. I'm not worried about the boss, because every time I'm exploding clones, he's taking damage, and we got DPS that's working on him. So more curtains like on arrow. Pull them too close to us. Even a little bit closer, like right here, because they're getting brave. They're moving close to us. There you go. Very nice. I have 15 stacks of torment on me, and my health is not even moving. That's another thing I don't understand about the Mesmer. How is it so strong?
The fuck?
What you fucking about?
I fell through
The map?
I was running on the little bridge there from spawn towards air, and I just fell straight through it while I was attacking a yak.
Uh-oh. Guess what? The Lord's involved. But that's pretty much it. Any questions? Any concerns? Any backlash? Anything? Anybody wants to know, anything further? Pick my brain. What you want?
I honestly think you've been explaining it really well.
I want your gumbo recipe.
No.
Don't we all?
What up?
What up?
What up? What up?